Let's go to Frank 324. Could Frank Darby be the late round steal of this year's draft and become the Falcons' number 2? So obviously Atlanta decided to move on from Julio Jones. The real answer to who's going to be the number 2 receiver on this Falcons offense, it's going to be Kyle Pitts. He might even be the one. Calvin Ridley will be your 1. Then your 2 is going to be Kyle Pitts. Maybe Frank Darby can do it. He's an athletic player. But for Atlanta, they are going to be looking for some different players to be able to pop up. If I'm a bet man, I'm probably going to go with Russell Gage. He's not the sexiest name out there, but at least has some rapport with Matt Ryan. So that's right, I'm going to go Frank. I'm not sure if you're a Falcons fan. You look like you're new around here. Check out our Falcons-only channel. It's youtube.com/FalconsTV. Andrew Gonzalez, I think your caps are on. Top 5 toughest divisions in football next year. I mean, the top 2 toughest are NFC West, and then I'm probably going to go out there and say AFC North. You got to throw in the AFC West as well, simply because they got the Chiefs in there. Maybe the South and the NFC because you got Tom Brady. And then I'm not going to – the NFC East is probably the worst division in football. How about the AFC East? You got New England, who could be a lot better. Miami was a 10-win team. Buffalo was a 13-win team. Those are the top 5 divisions in the league. But number 1 is probably the NFC West. Number 2, I'm going to say the AFC North. If you're trying to be a great fit, you know what I'm talking about. Head on over to manscape.com. Use promo code CHAT. 20% off and free shipping on the best male grooming products out there. The Perfect Package just got an upgrade. You can now get the Lawnmower 4.0 in the Perfect Package. What comes along in that? You get the ball toner, the ball deodorant. I don't know about you, it was 90 degrees on my walk to work today in Dallas, Texas. Luckily, I don't smell around the office. I don't smell like the garbage like when I walked into the studio today. But if you want to be able to shave your downstairs, I'm telling you, the Lawnmower 4.0 is an absolute game changer. You can use it in the shower. It's got a long battery life. Plus, you actually don't even need to plug it in to recharge. It is a wireless charger. Like, it's just next level good. The boxers, they're free. Plus, you get a traveling case, which they call the Shed. That is free included in the Perfect Package. Usually $109.99. But we're going to shave down those prices to $87.99 thanks to our sponsor, Manscaped. Don't miss out on this awesome opportunity. We know there's a lot of dads out there. We know there's a lot of guys that watch our show. Take care of your downstairs. It's manscaped.com. Make sure you use promo code CHAT. All right, we got Preston Champagne. Who do you think will be the worst team in the NFL this year? If they don't have Deshaun Watson, it's going to be the Houston Texans. If Aaron Rodgers sticks with Green Bay and if Houston has Deshaun Watson, I'm probably going to throw out the New York Jets to be a potential contender, and I still might throw out the Houston Texans. We got Bakersfield guy 661. Should Atlanta bring back Laquon Treadwell? Oh, man. Laquan Treadwell. If you were to ask me what a lot of people, I think, thought DK Metcalf was going to be, people probably thought it was going to be Laquan Treadwell. I'm not interested in him. I understand that he spent some time last season with Atlanta on the practice squad. He's a big, tall receiver, has never been able to live up to the hype. So for Atlanta, I get that you just lost Julio Jones, but the answer is not Laquan Treadwell. We've already seen it happen, play out in Atlanta. We've seen it on a whole bunch of other teams. My answer to that is no. Now, if I missed your question here on today's show, I'm sorry. You can go ahead and blame Sam. But if you want to go ahead and ask a question on my Instagram, it's at Mitchell Renz 365. If you want to go ahead and yell at Sam on Twitter, he's at Sam Brown CS. If you want to go ahead and give him a follow. Like I said before, I'm just the guy on here talking. The guy who has all the power to push graphics up on screen to be able to show your questions, it's this guy down below. So go ahead and give him a follow on Twitter at Sam Brown CS. Daniel Shegog, what team is the most overhyped next season? I mean, I'm going to go with this season because I think that's what you mean. The most overhyped team right now, I always want to say it's the Cowboys because somehow they're always like in the top 10 of going to win the Super Bowl just because they're the Cowboys. Another team out there, I think Cleveland has all the pieces around them. But until I see them take that next step, I mean, I literally think I saw Patrick Mahomes the other day say, they're like pound for pound just as good as we are. And maybe on paper they are. But Baker Mayfield does scare me a little bit. And there's always that part of me that thinks they are still the Browns. So I'm going to go ahead and say the Browns. But also you could, sure, go a few other different directions. Maybe even the LA Rams. Are we really sure Matthew Stafford is all that good? Let's go to Thomas Angel. Who do you think will start at quarterback for the Saints, Winston or Hill? So what I want you to do is type W for Winston or type H for Hill. I'll tell you what, I might have to get a Lawnmower 4.0 on my freaking mustache. It keeps tickling my nose right now, driving me nuts. I'm going to type my W for Winston. Taysom, to me, is not a quarterback. He's a fun player. You can insert him into the lineup here and there, but, like, I think it's got to be Jameis. And if Jameis can just limit the turnovers, we've seen him have solid ability. The last time he started, over 5,000 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, and sure, he had 30 interceptions, which is going to happen here or there. But what I want you guys to do, go down in the comments section right now and try to predict who is going to go ahead and be the Week 1 starter for the New Orleans Saints. If you think it's going to be famous Jameis, type W. If you think it's going to be Taysom Hill, type H. I'm going to go ahead and type my W for Winston, but I will also say this. Really, really going to miss Drew Brees repping that number 9 jersey. If there was one player that I looked up to probably the most when I was a kid, it's probably Drew Brees. We got red zone highlights. Who will win NFL MVP this upcoming season? The shitty answer is probably Patrick Mahomes. So, yeah, I'm going to give you the guy who I think honestly has the best chance to end up winning NFL MVP. It's Patrick Mahomes. A dark horse sleeper again, I'll say is Dak Prescott because the dude was on pace for over 6,000 passing yards. If the Cowboys win that division, if he throws for over 5,000 yards and 35 touchdowns, don't be surprised if Dak gets a few votes himself. What up, Thomas? Who of the 5 rookie quarterbacks who were drafted in the first round has the highest bust potential? Ooh, boy. There's a part of me, Trevor Lawrence I think is pretty safe. I'm also going to say Justin Fields is pretty safe as well, even though the Bears have done an absolute terrible job. I'm probably going to go with Zach Wilson. It's not because I don't have confidence in Zach Wilson. It's because Sam Darnold ended up busting. The Jets don't have a lot of talent around him. He's going to have to play in a big market, especially from somebody coming from a conservative school like BYU. You go to a big-time market like the New York Jets. Zach Wilson looks like he's 13 years old, so I guess I'm going to go with him. Here is from Zeno, and it's actually a super chat. Fun random question for everyone. What's your favorite car/dream car? I can say convertible. I guess favorite dream car would probably be a Lamborghini if I could get my hands on one, or there's a Jaguar F-Type that I would love, or an 84 Honda. Name that movie. All right, let's go to this next one coming in here. It's from Doom. Your top 3 sleeper tight ends for fantasy this season. Off the top of my head, going off it, if you want to get really, really deep in terms of leagues, Foster Moreau, I do actually think has some pretty good value for the Las Vegas Raiders. He's had 7 touchdowns in 2 seasons, and that's with him being very limited play. Logan Thomas, another guy for Washington, he's going to be really far down on a lot of people's list. And then if I have to give you guys one more, let's go ahead and rock and roll with Jonnu Smith. I think Jonnu Smith could be another pretty interesting option, especially because it's a 2 tight end set, and most people are probably going to go out and draft Hunter Henry over him. So those are my top 3 fantasy tight ends as it stands right now.